Today I have a really great topic that I want to talk about, and it's about your posts. And we want to talk about specifically creating curiosity posts. Curiosity posts are what are going to create an actual conversation with people and will eventually lead to sales. So I want to talk specifically about curiosity posts. This might be something, it's been around for years. Different gurus have talked about it and things like that. And I find that a lot of people get really confused on how to do a curiosity post and what that might look like, what type of curiosity posts and what to say, and all the things. So, I want to give you 5 different ideas for curiosity posts to help you with your posting that's going to create conversations and actually lead to a sale, whether it's right away or whether it's over time. Because once you create those conversations, you have to remember that you're always going to have people who just are not ready yet. Regardless of what your product or service is, they're just not ready and they have to be ready. You cannot convince them because if they're not ready, they're not really going to follow through. They're going to be in their head. They're going to be thinking that this isn't really going to work. And is it hype? Is it going to live up to what it's supposed to live up to? They're going to have their doubts. So you don't want to convince. You want to continue to build those relationships, continue to build that trust and credibility with your audience so that over time they start to really believe, okay, yes, this really can solve my problem. I can see how this will solve my problem. And I don't want to say they convince themselves, but in essence, they actually do kind of convince themselves. So your curiosity post just piques the interest so that you can create those conversations. And then you'll always have those people who are just absolutely not ready, that need more time. They will continue to follow, they will continue to learn more. You'll have people that will be ready right away and everything in between, right? So that's essentially the nature of the business and how this all comes together. But your curiosity posts are going to be what pique that initial interest so that you can start those conversations and build those relationships. And, in the conversation, we'll talk about this a little bit later, but in those conversations, you're not going to be focused on the sale in the back of your mind. You're going to be focused on how it is that you can serve them, how it is that you can help them, creating that trust and credibility and really building those relationships in your conversations. So, what's a curiosity post? Let's talk about that just a little bit and kind of spell things out just a little. What is a curiosity post? Well, you can think of a curiosity post as kind of like a trailer to a movie. It's basically piquing your interest. It's making you curious about what the ending is going to be, what the movie's going to be like, what the characters are going to be like. It's creating that curiosity. So you're not giving the goods in your post. You're not telling them everything. You're not giving them the ending. You're not, you might give them the result in that, but you're not giving them all of the details in terms of what the product or service is, but you are piquing that curiosity. You might be talking about different results that have happened, different ways that your life has changed, amazing before and afters, that type of thing. But it's basically like a preview to a movie. And when you're sharing your post, you're not going to talk publicly about your company. And I will honestly say that probably 95%, if not more, of the people that follow me, whether it's on my business profiles or whether it's on my personal niche with the thyroid space, I would say about 95% of people have no idea that I'm part of network marketing or even what company that I'm part of. And I do that on purpose, but I don't do it to hide anything. Like, I'm not ashamed by any stretch of the imagination that I'm part of network marketing or that I'm part of the company that I'm with. But I don't want to put that information in my post because if I do, there's a very good chance that they could just go to Google. And if they go to Google and they're searching for themselves, you might find that people will order directly from the company. They may order from another person, not realizing that now don't get to work with you. And they could be able to work with you should they order from you. And you don't get paid if they go to Google. So I don't do it out of shame or out of hiding who I'm with. I'm very open with who I'm with. I'm totally good with that. But I do it privately in the DM so that we can have that conversation and see if I personally can help them further should they want to order from me. So I don't share that stuff publicly. And that's the reason that I don't, is because I don't want someone to go to Google and find false information, not fully understand what they're getting. I also, the other thing with that too, is I want to make sure that they get the best deal. I'm not going to navigate which product or service they should order from me, but I can help them make sure that they get everything that they need. Because with the majority of companies, they have different options where you can order things individually, or you can order things as like a bundle, and you can combine different things. So, in my situation, in talking with people, I want to find out what their needs are. And I want to make sure that I'm able to help them with a specific deal. I can give them a discount code. I can make sure that they're getting the best bundle, the best options, everything that they're going to need to succeed, all of the things. So that's the other part of it. If they go to Google and they go directly to the company, they may not order exactly what they need. And that could adjust their results and that type of thing. So that's a couple of really good reasons why you don't want to necessarily talk publicly. You can bring it up once in a while, and I do actually talk about it once in a while and who I'm with. But most of the time, my posts are going to not talk about the company that I'm with or the specific product that I'm using, because I want to create that curiosity so that I can have a conversation with them and we can chat and see if this actually is a good fit to help solve a problem for them. With a curiosity post, you have about 3 to 4 seconds to capture attention with people. Okay. So you need to be a scroll stopper, and you're a scroll stopper with two things: the picture or video, reel, whatever the photo or the graphic is. So picture, video, reel, you're a scroll stopper with that piece, or with your hook. Your hook is the very first sentence of your content, or of your post, of your ad, of your blog, whatever it is that they're going to find. It's that very first sentence. And that very first sentence captures their attention and makes them curious on whether or not they're going to read more, right? So it's very important that those two pieces work hand in hand so that you can stop the scroll, grab attention, and actually create engagement with the people who can connect with what you're about to say. And what's really cool is I created a free resource for you, which is over 100 different hooks that you can use in any content that you're putting out there. So whether it's something on Pinterest, whether it's your YouTube, a social media post, an advertisement that you're doing, like on Facebook or wherever, your blog pages. So that hook can be used in any content that you put out. And I have over 100 ideas for you to help you. And I have them categorized. So if there's a specific type of hook that you're looking for, maybe it's something about you want to asking why this particular case is, or how to do this, or the number of things, 5 ways to do XYZ, that type of thing. So I have them categorized for you as well. And I will post the link wherever you're seeing this video, or whether you're listening to it. I will post the link below in the description so that you can grab your free download for that. And you can use it with any of the content that you put out. So extremely valuable resource. But I wanted to put that together for you because every time I do a video or I do a podcast, YouTube, anytime I'm putting content out there, I want to try to provide you value. And so if there's a free resource or something that can kind of go with the content that we're talking about, then I want to provide that for you. So you'll find that below. I'll add that to the description of wherever it is that you're seeing this video. So your post also is going to then tell a story. So you have your graphic, your video, your reel, whatever the visual is that's capturing attention. Then you have your hook, which is the very first sentence that they're going to read to determine, do they want to know more? And then your story. Your story is basically going to capture the emotion. It's going to help them feel something as they're reading through it, to help them determine whether or not this meets their needs. If you're creating a post and you want to talk about, maybe you're in something with hair, and maybe you had really dry hair that was falling out and it was really brittle and it just would not grow. It was not very thick. And maybe 6 months later, a year later, you have found the solution that has really given you thick, amazing hair. And you're telling that story. And I know, especially for women, our hair and our skin can really get us emotional. It can really get us feeling, because it's a big part of our confidence, right? So if our hair is falling out, and this is a big issue on the thyroid space. So this is a topic that I have talked about several times. And, if our hair is falling out and really, really thin, it really eats into our confidence. And it's a really big deal. So as you're creating your post and you're talking about your story, you want to share that emotion. So you're not talking about the specific products that you're using. You're not saying this shampoo or whatever. You're just saying these products. I'm so glad I have this on my life. I feel more confident and my hair is so much better and softer and smoother, and it's growing. It's this and it's that. And I'm just so grateful that I have this product to use in my life. So see how it's creating curiosity. You're not really getting specific about what it is that you're doing because you're creating that curiosity. And now in the comments, they're going to start asking questions. Well, what is it that you're doing? What product are you using? Or what changes did you make? Or can you give me some tips? I'd love to know more. They're going to start asking those questions, right? So, can you kind of see how that curiosity comes together? That's the gist of the curiosity post is you have that photo that's quickly capturing attention to that visual. You have your hook that gets them excited or wondering and curious on what it is that they're going to hear. Then you have your story that evokes that emotion and that excitement in the post itself. And that piques that curiosity for them to start writing comments and asking more questions. So you kind of see how that works. And that's what creates those conversations in the DMs. So I have 5 specific types of curiosity posts that you can put out there that will basically have each of those elements. Okay. You've got the visual element, you've got your hook element, and then you have the story element or whatever piece of written content copy that you are putting in your post. So it will have all 3 of those elements, but I have 5 different types I want to talk to you about to help kind of stir some excitement and ideas as you move forward putting these together. Okay, the first one is celebrating a team member, a client, or someone that you're like working with on your own personal page. So you're not posting this on their wall, but you're posting this on your wall somewhere. But you're celebrating somebody that is part of your team or is a client, someone that you've worked with. So it's kind of like a spotlight, like a client spotlight or a teammate spotlight, something like that, right? And you can be grateful. It can be a gratitude type post. I'm so grateful for this person, or I'm so grateful that they came into my life, right? You can recognize them for an accomplishment that they made. Maybe it's a weight loss goal. Maybe it's an income goal. Maybe it's an adjustment in their attitude or their hair or whatever is fitting for your product or services, but you're recognizing or you're showing just how grateful you are, or you're celebrating something that they did. Okay. So that's the first one, is celebrating a team member or a client, like kind of like a spotlight type of thing. And then you do not have to end this type of post with a call to action, because just putting that information out there, talking about how grateful for you are that they did this, or how excited you are that they accomplished this, and celebrating this journey, just by putting that out there creates curiosity, and it's just naturally going to create conversations. You can even tag the person that you're celebrating, and that person that you're tagging is going to prompt them to make a comment. And now their friends are going to see it. They're going to comment celebrating them. They might even ask questions, that type of thing. So celebrating a team member or client, like a spotlight type of thing, is a fantastic curiosity style post. The second one, kind of probably the most common, I would say, is before and afters. And any type of before and after can be your own. Again, it can be a client or a teammate. It can be part of someone that's in your company, but celebrating before and afters. And remember, before and afters, most people think about weight loss, and it doesn't have to be about weight loss. Okay. It can be anything. It can be before and after with your hair, before and after your skin. It can be before and after and just learning how to put on makeup. That would be one for me. Like, I could literally put on makeup right now and it totally look like trash. But if I go through and I have learned from someone specifically who it kind of taught me how to put on makeup the right way, and I have these amazing products, and now I've created this beautiful face, like that's a before and after. Like, this is how awful I was at doing makeup. This is how great I am at doing it now, right? That would be a perfect one for me, since I never wear makeup. I would be so basic at it and would just really not have much of a clue on what to do. That's a great before and after. It can be a specific body part, like maybe there's a cellulite area with your thighs or something like that. So keep in mind that it doesn't have to be just weight loss. It can be showing muscle definition. It can be confidence. It can be like just the way you look, maybe a photo of how you looked or felt before using the product or services, and then a picture of you after, just excited and showing just how thrilled you are about the changes that you've made. So before and afters can be so many different things. Don't always just think about weight loss. Think out of the box, because it can really be just about anything. Okay, number 3. This one is really, really powerful. Okay, this one is creating a referral program for your current clients. Okay, and I want to explain to you how this works, because this is like just really, really cool in terms of how this can build your business. And it's a great way to incentivize your clients to talk about what they are doing. Okay. So here's how it works. So if you have any client whatsoever, and this can be like a full program that all of your customers know about, and it's a specific program, like a referral program that you do. So you are offering an incentive personally to them. Maybe you're going to give them a $25 Amazon card or something like that. But you have a referral program that if they send you any customers, you are going to give them a gift card. And if you think about your customers, like they're not getting paid to talk about the product or service that they have joined with you, right? But if you have a referral program where you are giving them some form of incentive, now they are getting paid and they are more likely to talk about it. Okay. And you can even give them the scripts. You can even ask them, hey, you've had this amazing transformation. Again, don't just think weight loss, think anything. You've had this amazing transformation. You have accomplished XYZ, and it's really, truly amazing. I would love to inspire more people. Would you be willing to share it on your wall? And they're like, what? I never even thought about that. But yeah, I would. I just don't really know what I would say. You can even give them the scripts and help them understand like what to say. And you can say, what? You can word this however you want and you can say whatever you want. But here's an idea of what my other clients have always said. And this can just be an idea of what you can put out there. And again, if anybody decides to try to use it and you refer them to me, I'll give you a $25 gift card for every person that decides to jump on. So they are doing the work for you. They're posting their excitement about the product or service, because remember, if they've been using it for a while and they have had a transformation of any kind whatsoever, and they love the product or service, they are very likely going to want to talk about it and they're going to be excited. So putting that on their wall and talking about it, again, they do not have to have any form of call to action, reach out to so-and-so. You don't have to do any of that. They can just say, I am so grateful for Sue for introducing me to XYZ because I feel amazing, or my hair is incredible. My skin has just changed, whatever the story might be. But they can start off with just, I'm so grateful for Sue, which would be you, for bringing this into my life because I just couldn't be more excited about it, and tell their story. And that's it. Their friends and their people, their family, anybody that they're connected with, they are going to comment with excitement for them. Oh my gosh, you look amazing. Or, oh my gosh, yes, you're right. Your hair looks great. What is it that you're using? And it will generally create that curiosity and generally prompt people to ask those questions about what it is that they're doing, what they're using. And now, hey, my girl Sue, she's got you. You can reach out to her. I can have her reach out to you and she can answer any of your questions and she can hook you up if you want to give it a try. Right. So do you see how that works? So that one is incredibly powerful, is creating some form of referral program for all of your customers so that they can earn something from you and they have an incentive to talk about it on their wall, which can then lead to referrals for you. So that's an incredibly powerful one. Okay. Number 4 is starting your story with a photo or a boomerang that creates attention, that grabs attention. Okay. So having a shocking visual of some kind grabs attention. So this is one of your 3 parts. Remember, we talked about that. We talked about your visual, we talked about your hook, and then we talked about the copy or the story that goes along with your post or your content. So doing like a boomerang or a shocking photo is really powerful and can grab attention. And boomerangs are just fun. And boomerangs are great because they can grab attention. So as you're going through the feed and you're just seeing photo after photo after photo, if you see like a very short boomerang, and I think we all know what that is, right? Because Instagram stories has that. So if we're seeing a short boomerang, that by itself, that movement is by itself going to capture attention. So using some form of boomerang, maybe you're like doing something exciting, or maybe you're like wincing in pain, or you're showing weight loss, anything like that. It can be funny. Just keep it fun and keep it exciting. I think a lot of people forget to have fun in this. So using something that is shocking as a photo or a boomerang, something with movement like that, or even having a reel that has a captivating hook like on the reel itself. I think that's actually my number 5. But having something that can capture attention like that with movement, like a boomerang, is really great. And you can certainly use like a meme also, but curiosity posts are far more powerful when they are a picture or something of you, or you are the one that's being recognized, because you want to grab that attention with you. But you can certainly use a meme if you have one that's perfectly fitting for what it is that you're going to be talking about. You can use a meme as well. But boomerang's kind of like the same type of thing. So if you create like a boomerang or a shocking style photo, it can really grab attention. And I have an example in this one actually. So most of you know that I'm in the hypothyroid space. Like that's my personal brand that I initially built my business on. And one of the pictures that stands out for me that really grabs a lot of attention anytime I post it is a picture of me sleeping on the couch, which I know might seem weird to those who aren't familiar with the hypothyroid world. But one of the struggles that we deal with is being exhausted all the time. And that picture grabs attention if I'm just sleeping. So when someone sees that, immediately it triggers, they understand how that feels. They understand that nap on the couch, right? And then if they read my hook and it connects and it grabs their attention and it's something related to the exhaustion of a hypothyroid mom, right? That's going to grab their attention big time. And that's going to make them really curious on what I have to say. So that's a big one that anytime I post it, it pretty much always gets attention. But always think about like your audience and your niche and the people that you're talking to and what it is that is going to grab their attention, what's going to get them to stop and think about what it is that you have to say and be curious about what it is that you have to say. So that's number 4. And then number 5 is using a reel with a cover photo that has a captivating hook. So a reel is fantastic because with a reel, you can give your tips in the reel, and then your caption or your story within your post can elaborate more. So using a reel is really powerful in your post. And if you have the photo that's on your wall that they're going to see, that photo, if you have like that hook right there, that by itself is going to grab a lot of attention. So using reels with a captivating short hook, and then maybe even a little bits of that content inside the reel as the reel's going, and then elaborating more in the story, those are also very, very powerful and create a lot of curiosity. I find myself often being caught by reels that really captivate my attention when they have that initial photo. Like if I'm looking through their feed and they have that photo that captures my attention, I'm like, oh, what is that? If it's funny, if it's intriguing, just the way the cover photo is, instead of just using the standard photo that goes with your reel, change it to something that has the captivating hook right there that they can read real short and see what that's going to be about to grab attention and curiosity, or a photo that is silly or funny or grabs your attention in some way, shape, or form that will get them to stop, watch the reel, and get curious about what your post has to say. So those are 5 really good, strong, powerful type of curiosity posts that I highly recommend. And again, just remember those main 3 components is you always want to have a video, a graphic, or that visual that's going to grab attention in some way, shape, or form. You have your hook, which is incredibly important. And I can help you with the download that I will post below for you or in the description, wherever you're seeing this video. You can grab that for help. And then you have your story that's going to share more information and give them the excitement or the gratitude or the recognition or whatever it is that you need to say. But we're not going to talk about the products or services. We're just going to talk about the excitement of what it is that's happening in your life in regards to that post. Okay. So hopefully that helps give you some ideas with your curiosity posts. And then beyond that, I have 3 big tips that I want to help you with your content itself. So this only works if you were really specific with who you're talking to. So you really need to dial in what type of audience you are trying to connect with. So if you haven't created your niche or your brand or understand who your audience is, you really, really need to do that, because curiosity posts really only work if you know who you're talking to. Those are the people that are going to be stopped by what it is that you have to say. Like people who don't understand or who have never dealt with thyroid issues probably would not be stopped by a scroll from almost anything for me, because they're not going to understand what the photo means, what the caption means, and they're really not going to be all that curious because it doesn't grab their attention. So you really need to get specific on who you're talking to. And then you also need to get specific in your content with what you're saying. So you don't want it to be general. You want to be very, very specific. So when I talk about like thyroid issues and the things that I have dealt with over the years, I get really specific. And I like my sleeping photo, for example, the one that I just talked about where I was sleeping on the couch. One of the things that I talk about in that post is just how exhausted I was and how many memories I missed out on because I was asleep on the couch instead of outside playing with my kids. And that's a fact. Like those are things that really happen to me. And it's emotional. And other moms who deal with these same types of issues are going to understand that. So do you see how it's very specific? Like I'm not just saying, oh my gosh, exhausted mom dealing with thyroid issues, sleeping on the couch. This is a day in a life. How many have you know how this feels? Like I'm not being generic about it. I'm being very, very specific. Like day in and day out, I was asleep on the couch while my husband and my in-laws were outside playing t-ball with my kids while they're out there in the pool swimming with my kids. Here I am sleeping on the couch. I'm very specific. I was missing out on memories and I can never get those back. And I'm so grateful that I don't ever have to miss out on a memory again. So you see how it's very specific, like it's capturing that emotion because it's very specific in who I'm talking to and the type of story that I'm talking about. So I'm not generalizing everything. I'm very specific. So get specific on who it is that you're talking to. Tip number two is, oh my gosh, keep things simple and fun, you guys. Like, if fun and crazy and silly and goofy is part of your personality, freaking add that in, right? That is how you're going to capture your tribe. Do not hold yourself back. You have got to be real. You have got to be you and really show your personality. Let that personality shine and just be goofy. Like, when you're having conversations, your conversations in the DMs don't always have to be very serious, right? It's not always about facts and figures and all of these different details because you're so focused on getting the sale that you have to give them all of these nuggets and you have to word vomit all over them. Have fun in the DMs, right? Use emojis, be silly, use your words and the way that you would actually talk to somebody, like if I say dude, I actually say dude all the time. Dude, that's not very cool. So I say that all the time. I have used that in my DMs because it's part of my personality. So let your words come out and just be you. And oh my gosh, have fun with this. Because if you're not having fun in your business, then you're totally doing it wrong. Because building your business should be fun. It should not be an obsession about the sale. It should be an obsession about building relationships and having a good time while you build your business. And I understand like finances and life and chaos and all of these things can make things stressful when it comes to building your business, but take the stress off of yourself by just loving the products and services that you have. And if you're using them anyways, that's the way it should be. You should be using them anyways. You shouldn't be in network marketing just to make some money because you don't use those products and services because now you don't have any of these things that we've talked about. You don't have any of those things to share. So you have to first love the product and service that you're using, enjoy it and talk about it authentically and just let your personality shine. So take the pressure off yourself. Take the pressure off of trying to focus on getting that sale and just instead build the relationships, talk to people naturally, and just be yourself and have fun with building your business. And I guess that was tip number two, and tip number three kind of went hand in hand. So keep things simple and fun with your posts and your content, but also have fun in your conversations and the DMs when you're actually talking to people and building those relationships. So I hope all of that is helpful for you. You had 5 curiosity posts, ideas to help create better content that's going to move into the conversations that it's going to convert to sales. And then 3 huge tips as you go. Get specific on who you're talking to, really, really dial in on who you're talking to and how you're presenting your stories and conversations. Keep things simple and fun and just really enjoy building your business. And then have fun in your DMs and really just be excited about getting to know people and understanding their needs and desires and how it is that you can help them. So I really hope you found a lot of value in this episode today. I know this one would have been a big deal for me years ago because I had no idea what to post, what to say, how to post it, what to do, who I was talking to. Like I was just so stressed about the whole thing. And I was obsessed about the sale early on because I didn't really know any better. Like I thought that's what it all was just about sales. And yes, sales is part of our business, but it's not about an obsession in making that sale. It should be more about an obsession of uncovering who you are, having fun building this business, an obsession about finding people that you can connect to and build a relationship with and who you can bond with and hang with, who you love to be surrounded by, people who can make you a better person. So it's about all of that wrapped up together rather than being totally obsessed about the sale. So I really hope you found value in this episode today. This was a good one. At least I think so. But let me know in the comments any struggles that you're having, how I can help you further, what type of content you want to hear about, what can help you in your business. And don't forget to grab the freebie wherever it is that you're watching this video. And if you're seeing this on YouTube or my podcast or anywhere else, also don't forget to subscribe so that you can be hit up and notified every single week when I share a new episode and when I'm going live on Facebook and all of the fun things. So we will chat again soon, guys, and you guys have an amazing week.